Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about women love men who they've earned. Okay. So this is really important for those guys out there that are dating women at the moment that are still single, that are hoping to up their dating game, and just so you can get an idea of really why it's important to not go from 0 to 100 with a woman. And what I mean by that is that when you start talking to a woman, whether it's from like an online dating app or someone that you've asked out at school or work, depending on your situation and where you are in life, it's really important that you don't confess to her straight away how much you feel about her and how much you like her. You kind of want to keep your cards close to your chest for a little bit until she starts saying those things to you, right? So you don't want to be saying I love you or I really, really, really like you to a woman who hasn't started to show that in her actions first. So for example, if she hasn't said that she loves you, if she hasn't like gazed into your eyes and said I really, really like you, don't do it yourself. Okay, just wait for her to start feeling those things for you first before you start doing that. And sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you can tell by a woman's energy and the way that she is presenting herself to you and the way that she's acting around you that she's ready to hear those words. But most of the time, if you're saying those things, you're probably saying them prematurely. Okay, so when you're dating a woman, let her earn you. Let her earn the chance to hear from you, basically the chance to hear from you that you love her or that you're really, really into her. And the way that you do that is very simple, right? You just spend time with her and hang out, you go on dates with her, right? And you just wait for her to start saying those things to you first, okay? So you don't want to be basically confessing how much you really like a woman until you know for sure, either she said it or you can tell through her actions, that she really, really likes you too. Okay? So then the question is how can you tell if a woman really, really likes you? So there are some big signs here, and that is you've met her parents. If you've met her parents and you've met her friends, and maybe you've even been on a couple of double dates, that's a big one, right? If she's getting you involved in her life and she's getting you to meet other people that are important to her and she's introducing you to them, right? And that's a huge way to know basically if a woman is falling in love with you or has fallen in love with you, right? Another way to tell as well is if she's talking about the future with you. If she's talking about, having kids or getting married one day, right? That's another sign that a woman really, really likes you and really wants to, and probably is in love with you, right? So then maybe it's okay then to say to her that you're in love with her and stuff. So a woman that's not ready then, a woman that's not ready to hear these things, is a woman who you've only been out on one date with. If you've only been out on one date with a woman, it's too soon to say to her how much you really, really like her and how much you're in love with her or anything like that. Because that kind of thing is going to freak her out. Because she knows that you've only spent a couple of hours with her, right? So if you've only spent a couple of hours with her and you're already telling her that you really, really like her and you're really in love with her, she knows she hasn't earned that through her actions. She knows that you haven't spent enough time together for her to warrant that kind of devotion from you. Okay? So women that you've only spent a limited amount of time with really don't need to hear these things. It's always better to spend more time with them. Okay? A woman who has earned those words, has earned your devotion, is a woman that has spent a lot of time with you, has introduced you to her parents and to her family and friends and people that mean a lot to her. A woman that has earned that is a woman that you're consistently hanging out with and sleeping with and things are romantic, right, with. So if you're in a friend zone situation, then a woman hasn't earned I love you or I really, really like you. Because if she's putting you in friend zone, then you really have to walk away from that kind of woman who's done something like that. right? She hasn't definitely not earned you, okay? If you're in a situation where you're in friend zone with a woman that you really like, it's always best to walk away from them, especially if you really fancy them and you want something with them, because sometimes we can put on a false mask and be like, oh yeah, sure, I love being friends with you. I would love to be friends with you. And then you're standing there like, oh my god, I'm so in love with you. I really want something romantic with you. I'd really prefer it if we were romantic together. You know, you're being fake if you are saying like, oh yeah, let's be friends, when really you want to get in her pants. You know, it's simple as that, right? You're just not being authentic. And most of the time women can tell if you're not being authentic or not, which is very, very dangerous, because they will know and be able to whiff out the fact that you're not being genuine, and that may be one of the reasons why they will put you in friend zone anyway. So you got to be very clear. You got to be very truthful with your intentions. If you want to be with someone romantically and you want romance with someone, or if you want romance with a woman, you have to be honest about that. Okay, you have to ask her out on dates and things like that, and just try and progress things romantically. If they just want to be friends, you got to kind of walk away from those women, especially if you really fancy them. Unless you really are, and you know 100% in your heart that you're okay with being friends with her. But if you're not, you got to move on. Because that in that way you're always just, in a way you're going to be she's stringing you along and you're stringing yourself along. So it's always best to walk away from women that you really fancy, who you're friends with, because it's just not going to work out very well. Okay, so a woman that has earned your love, that has earned your devotion, is a woman that's spent a lot of time with you, right? And you have a proper romantic connection with them. And in fact, it may be a woman that's even turned into your girlfriend, and you're actually girlfriend and boyfriend. You know, those are the women that deserve your devotion and things, right? And women love that. Women don't want a man who's going to instantly tell her after the first date that they're in love with her, right? She wants to be able to feel those things within her and feel those things build, so she can express that to you. Okay, she wants her feelings for you to build up. Okay, and they can't build up if you're telling her that you're in love with her straight away, right? Women want to earn your love. They don't want it just straight away, okay? Unless, for example, she's already in love with you straight away. Let's say you have like one of these divine sort of connections where she's really super into you and you're really super into her straight away, and she's saying those things to you. So it's always a good rule of thumb, if a woman is expressing that devotion to you, is saying, I love you, or I really, really like you, or I'm really, really attracted to you, that's when it's okay to reciprocate. Okay? And that might be a good rule of thumb if you're concerned of whether or not you're getting it right or not. Just wait until she opens up and says these things to you first. Okay? Because ultimately that's what's going to make her really, really love you and fall in love with you even faster. Because if you're telling her that you really, really like her, you know, it's taking all of the mystery out of it. Okay? And she wants the mystery to begin with. Especially to begin with. She wants the mystery. She wants the love story to unfold slowly and gently. Right? And it builds her up. And it's a really beautiful thing to watch a woman fall in love with you, right? Especially if at the beginning she was a bit unsure, she was a bit undecided. She may have really, really liked you, but her feelings weren't to the point of I'm in love with you, right? It's beautiful to watch a woman fall in love with you, okay? To give yourself that gift by just holding back. If you feel like you're really in love with her, just don't say anything yet until she says it first, okay? And she will love you for it. She'll feel like she's a part of a love story, right? And that's what a lot of women want. They want to feel like they're part of a love story. And the love story is something that develops over time. And it's fun because you can kind of like see, especially in a lot of like young adult fiction for girls, like Twilight, or there was one that I watched, one that I read called Fallen when I was a teenager. And at the beginning of these books that for some reason teenage girls love is she meets a boy, right? The main character is usually a girl, and she meets a boy, and the boy usually is a little bit mysterious to begin with, and it's usually like by near the end of the book where they actually finally get together and are in a proper relationship, right? And one of the reasons why teenage girls and women love these books and love these stories is because that's what she wants. That's what a lot of women want when they're dating someone. They don't want things to be handed to them on a plate. They don't want you to be handing your feelings over to her straight away. They want to fish for it. They want to fight for it. So do that by just extending the time, right? Don't tell her straight away. Wait for her to say it first. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christinelovage.com and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.